Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, students, today we are going to start our new chapter or new unit. Let's start very fresh. Okay, so in chapter 2, we already studied about whole numbers, isn't it? So, we had studied about whole numbers which starts from 0, 1, 2 till infinity, isn't it? So in this unit, your chapter 4, you are going to study about integers. Okay, not so much in depth about integers. In depth, you are going to study it in your class 7. But you will get the clear idea what are integers. Okay, and you have to understand how to add and subtract integers. Okay, so that is we had seen on in whole numbers how to add and subtract, multiply and divide, multiplication, okay, on number line, isn't it? In the same fashion we are going to see it for your integers also in this whole unit. Okay, so first of all, so now in total unit you are going to study what is the need of integers. Okay, integers means you will have both positive numbers, okay, and negative numbers. All right, so I will just play one video for the introduction of your integers. Okay, enjoy this video and try to understand why do we need integers, why do we need negative numbers. Okay, how where do we use negative numbers in our daily life. All right, so enjoy this video.
Today, we will learn about integers. We come across many situations in our daily life where there is a need to represent numbers with a positive or a negative sign. For example, the temperature of Mumbai is usually above 0 degrees centigrade and is represented with a positive sign before the number. During winters, do you know that the temperature of Srinagar falls below 0 degrees centigrade? This has a negative sign before the number. Similarly, in a building, the floors above the ground are shown by a positive sign, whereas the floors below the ground, like the basement, are shown by a negative sign. Numbers which have a positive sign before it are called positive numbers, and those which have a negative sign before it are called negative numbers. A collection of positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0 together is known as integers. In this collection, just numbers like 1, 2, 3, etc., without any sign, are said to be positive integers. Although -1, -2, -3, etc., which have a negative sign, are said to be negative integers. The value of negative integers is less than 0, whereas the value of positive integers is greater than 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. Therefore, it cannot be represented by any sign. Now let's understand why integers are important. Let's understand it with the help of an example. Suppose a bird is flying at a height of 500 meters above sea level and a fish is at a depth of 500 meters below sea level. Can the distance between the bird and the fish with respect to land near the sea be represented mathematically? The height of the bird from the sea level is 500 meters and the depth of the fish from the sea level is 500 meters. But this is an incorrect way to represent their differences because both are situated in opposite directions. The bird is above the sea level, whereas the fish is below the sea level. Since whole numbers are incapable of representing this kind of situation, we use integers. In this case, the height above sea level is represented with a positive sign as plus 500 meters, and the depth below the sea level must have a negative sign such as minus 500 meters. It is now quite clear that plus 500 meters means 500 meters above the sea level and minus 500 means 500 meters below the sea level. Now let's consider some more examples of integers to understand it much better. Let's suppose Rahul and Ruchika start walking in opposite directions from a point, say 0. Rahul walks 5 steps towards the right from 0 and Ruchika walks 5 steps towards the left. How would you represent their distance from the initial point 0? Think about it. You are right. The steps towards the right are shown by a positive sign, and those towards the left are shown with a negative sign. Therefore, Rahul has taken 5 steps and Ruchika has taken -5 steps. Now let's suppose Harsh came to a shop with rupees 30, but he bought things for rupees 35. He pays the shopkeeper rupees 30 and keeps a debt of rupees 5. How do you think the shopkeeper will make a note of this? Any ideas? Think about it. Okay, the shopkeeper should write -5 in front of Harsh's name, where the negative sign represents the money Harsh is yet to pay him. Harsh owes him rupees 5. Similarly, when money is deposited in a bank, it is represented by a positive sign, whereas withdrawal of money is represented by a negative sign. While we are discussing money, let's also talk about profit and loss. Suppose a businessman sells an article worth rupees 20 for rupees 25. His profit is rupees 5. Since his profit is rupees 5, it is represented as +5. But if he sells an article worth rupees 20 for rupees 15, he incurs a loss of rupees 5, which is represented as -5. Today, we have learned about integers. In the next video, we will learn it in a better way.
So I hope you understood the video. So where do we use integers? Wherever you have the things, certain situations in which you cannot represent use the whole number, just like we have the situation, the bird above this is the water, okay, it is some distance above this water sea level. So you take this sea level upwards as in terms of positive numbers, and any fish or anything inside the water, this will be your 0 level, okay, and depth, that is inside the water, you will measure it in, or you will represent the number in terms of negative. So positive will represent above and negative will represent below in this situation, okay. And you had seen many other examples like profit, we represent it in terms of positive numbers, and opposite of profit, it is loss. So loss, you are representing it in negatives, right, and so on. And then the best example is your temperature, okay. Thermometer, if it is above 0 degrees, you will take in terms of positive numbers. If the temperature goes below 0 degrees, that it gets very chill, and freezer and all, the temperature will be below 0 degrees, which you are representing it as in terms of negative numbers. All right, students. Okay, so and today I'll just tell you, like, this integers, it is represented by z, okay. Whole numbers, we are representing it with w, natural numbers with n, okay, and integers, we are representing it with z. So this integers, it is a collection of both your positive and negative numbers. So you can say that you have in integers positive natural numbers, okay, and negative natural numbers. All right. So I will just show you the number line, how it is represented, okay, for the integers. So you will have 0 in the middle, okay, and on the right hand side you will have positive numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. On the left hand side you will have negative numbers of all these positive numbers, that is -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Okay, so the distance between the each point is, again, it is the unit distance. It should be same for all. Alright, so we had seen number line for whole numbers, isn't it? This is for your integers. Whole numbers, how we had drawn, it starts from 0, isn't it? And we have plotted the numbers with equidistance 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And you need to represent this with an arrow mark so that it is showing you that numbers are infinite. Okay, so even I will represent here with the arrow mark for this integers number line like this. So here also numbers you will have till infinity, that is positive numbers till infinity, and negative numbers you'll have till infinite. Okay, so you can't imagine how many numbers we have. So that's why we are just representing it with the arrow mark, which shows it has many, that is continuation of numbers till infinity. Alright, I think for today this much is enough. I hope you have got a clear idea or picture of integers, isn't it? So integers is what? It will have positive and negative numbers, okay, and it has 0 also, right? Whereas in natural numbers you don't have 0. Okay, so first you will have natural numbers, all right, so in which you have 1, 2, and so on. After this you will have whole numbers, which will include all the natural numbers plus 0, isn't it? And so this, again, it is going to increase, that is integers is increasing the set of numbers by including all the negative numbers in it, isn't it? So integers will have the big set of numbers, which includes all the whole numbers, or that is which is starting from 0, that is natural numbers, and also negative numbers, isn't it? Okay, so integers are the big set of numbers, which includes both positive and negative numbers. All right, okay, let's stop for here for now. Okay, and we would see few more things about these integers in our next video, inshallah. Until we meet again, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.